day 2 was a big success. Got here first thing, a little bit early. And it actually worked out really well because I was talking with all the guys here from Yamaha, and we started talking about my dash display. They said they'd never heard about it or seen it before, so I showed them pictures and showed them how mine is just ever so slightly dark now compared to theirs and compared to their FJ09, compared to their Super 10 array. So I educated them a little bit, and one of them got in contact with Yamaha corporate for me. So they're going to work with my dealer and see if we can get an advanced dash so I wouldn't have to wait another month for a warranty part. That'll be nice. But they also put me in touch with a regional service manager that will be at Daytona. So I'm going to hit him up over there. And he wants to take a look at it. So that's very cool stuff. I did get to ride the bikes I wanted. I did the Super 10 array and I did the R6. Both surprised me in very good ways. Lots of little things I loved about the Super 10 array that I wish I had on this FJR, but oh my god, getting on this, this happens, no joke. Yeah, I'm not going to make the same mistake I did the last time going on the other road, I'll tell you that. Getting back on this after every single other bike I ride, it is just like heaven. Just for me, so far, the best overall bike. But there are lots of little things I find on other bikes that I like better. But the most important thing about a bike to me is making sure that it fits your body. And this one just does. There we go. That's the road I should have taken yesterday, so I don't end up in Tampa again. But I won't spoil the surprises about what I liked and found on the other bikes there. I'll have those reviews coming up later in the week. I'll spoil it right now and say I will never be a small sport bike owner, only because I'm a big guy and it is just not comfortable, but also because I don't have a track by me. So I don't have a real purpose for it. If I did, I would definitely own one, but I wouldn't be riding it around the street. It's just too cramped for me. You know, surprisingly, I had more room for my legs on the R3 and the Ninja 300 than I did the R6. I was absolutely shocked about that. I thought the R6 would have more room, be a bigger frame, be a little more, nope, definitely not. There isn't any more room that I could have had to use the shifter, to use the brake, to get my legs up in a folded position on that bike. And it felt so good to put my legs down at a stop. Oh my god. But yeah, I'm not so surprised that the R3 had more room, because that's not a true sport bike. It looks like it, they put the fairings on it, but it is basically more of a standard frame. You don't have the super rear set controls. Now the Ninja, the little Ninja 300, is just a little 300cc sport bike. You do have the same type of setup, the same lean over and all that kind of good stuff. But I had more room on that. I could ride that 300 Ninja all day long. I was not cramped. But I couldn't ride the R6. Now I'm anxious to do the new R1. However, I don't know anytime soon that I will be able to, because, and I mentioned this in the review, I'll tell you some stories here. They were telling me all kinds of stuff that was happening, but they pulled the R1 from their demo fleet after a guy at Daytona, coincidentally, decided to be a human bowling ball. And apparently there was just too much information that he was cycling through while he was out on the demo ride. And what they do out there at Daytona is they separate the cruisers and the sport bikes into separate groups. So you can ride, more aggressively on the sport bikes and more cruiser-like on the cruisers. And they have a lot more people doing the demo rides at Daytona, so they're much bigger groups. Anyway, he was in the back of the pack on an R1, and they had multiple R1s there. And he was looking down when everybody came to a stop, and he just plowed into everybody in front of him and took out of rotation because of, well, they were all broken. All 3 R1s and an R6. So they decided, you know what, we're just not going to have the R1s because apparently that wasn't the first time it's happened. And I was lucky to do the VMAX because they pulled that out of rotation. They said that they did that because they did have a number of people crash it, but also hardly anybody was buying it. He said only about 5% of the people that were demoing it were ever interested in buying it. They just wanted to just tell their buddies they rode it. And he was telling me about the location where I test rode it last year, Barney's of Tampa. He said that their mailman that was delivering to the dealership there came by and wanted to ride it. So he did, and as soon as he got out onto the street, tank slapped it and spilled it all over the road. He was in the hospital. The bike was out of commission. So they pulled the VMAX. So if you're ever wondering why you don't see certain bikes on demo rides, there are various reasons. Sometimes it's just too dangerous. Sometimes it doesn't make financial sense. Sometimes it's just a low volume bike. Take Honda, for example. I wish they had a lot more of their bikes available for demo ride. I was very shocked the last 2 times I've been to a Honda event to really only see the core bikes, the Goldwings, the F6Bs. I don't even think I've seen a Fireblade. You don't see their cool cruisers. A lot of people don't even know they exist. Check out the Honda Motorcycles website. I guarantee that almost everyone that visits there will see bikes they never knew existed. You don't see them on the street. I don't see them in dealerships. And they're not available for demo rides, so you don't see them there. But they got some really unique bikes. They've got, what is it called? The NM4. It looks like the freaking Bat bike. It's got an automatic dual clutch transmission. It's not like a scooter transmission. It's a real transmission, but it's automatic. It's got just tons of weird but cool features, and I would absolutely love to do a demo of that bike. But you never see it. The only time I've even sat on one is at Daytona when they had one in the display tent. You couldn't ride it, but you could look at it. It was really cool. And I would love to do the Africa Twin. But chances of that being available for demo are slim to none. We'll see if it's there this year. I'm not even sure if it's in the States yet. There have been lots of reviews of it overseas. I don't remember seeing one from any US reviewers yet, but that would be awesome. That is something I'm interested in possibly buying as my next bike. The reviews that it's got from people that I really respect, for example, RJ, he can't give it enough praise, and he rides a lot of bikes that I have ridden and enjoy, so I know that we probably have pretty similar likes and dislikes, so that really makes me want to try it. But he absolutely loves it. I just can't wait to try it out. Anyway, I got a bit of a ride home. I'll get some gas when I get back up there. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. Give me a thumbs up. Stay tuned for the 2 new reviews coming up. We'll see you next time.